again to my channel, and now I'm going to watch a fan-made comic of FGO. The title is Foot of Uruk, so let's check it out.
Caldia, the security organization for the preservation of humanity that serves to guarantee that mankind will continue to exist in the future. After learning that mankind was to be destroyed in 2016 and discovering singularities in the past that should not exist, Chaldea leaped to those eras to correct history. And this time, they have leaped all the way back to ancient Babylonian times. In this era where the world was still shrouded in mystery and gods still walked the lands, mankind is now facing its extinction from the ferocious attacks
Gilgamesh?
of the three goddesses and the demonic
monsters?
beasts. Chaldea's master wishes to be acknowledged by the King Gilgamesh of this era and receive his cooperation in order to overcome this crisis. As a result, they have been working for him every day.
And so? You mean to tell me that the barley harvest turned into a demonic boar hunt before you knew it?
Most likely it's the same demonic boar that's been causing problems recently, wreaking havoc in the fields.
We came across an area where the ripened barley had already been eaten.
I see. Really? You people are always caught up in something every turn you make.
It's just by coincidence these things keep happening.
Mere coincidence? I think not. I've come to understand that you people are the destined ones. Even with your arrival to Uruk, this would still be considered a bizarre incident. What's wrong? Bring me the next report.
Yes, Your Majesty. Pardon the intrusion. I hate to say this, but the court ladies who were in charge of brewing the beer have all fallen asleep one by one, as if they've been stricken by some illness.
What?
Our next stock of beer will not be made in time. At this rate, the Imperial Court may run out of beer.
What did you just say?
Between subduing the demonic beasts and protecting the wall, everyone has their hands full. We have absolutely no manpower left to brew the beer. What should we do?
King Gilgamesh, why such a grave expression on your face because of the beer shortage? Isn't beer, just a luxury good?
Don't spew out such drivel, mongrel! Beer may be considered a common luxury good in your era, but it is different in ours. To us, beer is tad less exciting. It is crucial, considered a pleasure of life, essential for a meal. What do you think would happen if we were to run short of beer and be cut off from it? This is what would happen!
Now that I think about it, I believe Siduri mentioned something similar.
So beer
about how the
is
greatest
more
form of
important than
sustenance
fruit.
comes from beer, sheep, and people's smiles.
Precisely, young maiden of Chaldea. Plus, the beer shortage will also affect the soldiers' morale. Now, if only it were that simple to relocate some laborers to brew the beer. Well, well. Look who we have here.
Huh?
Eh? This is the brewery where the beer is brewed?
Yup. I will teach you how to brew it.
I see.
They got
So we
new
were
tasks
destined
from
to do
Gil
this.
to brew the beer.
I'm so happy! To think I'd have the chance to go to ancient Uruk and help prepare the beer. A valuable experience like this is hard to come by. Right, Senpai?
Yeah.
Mashu, it'll be difficult for you to work in your armor, so I've prepared a change of clothes for you. This way, please.
A change of clothes?
Oh, it's a new clothes for Mash.
Whoa!
I wrapped a sheet of cloth around you and secured it with a band.
Senpai? Does this look out of place for me?
Nope, not at all. You look good in anything you wear, Mashu.
All right. Shall we start the brewing process? This is the raw material for the beer. Soak the barley in water and let it germinate. Then dry it in the sunlight.
Oh,
First,
I'm
pound the
learning
barley with the mallet and remove the husks.
how to produce
Then
beer
grind the
from this
barley into
comic.
powder using the mortar. After, add water to the powder and knead well.
I can't believe this is all done by a person's hands. In our era, this would have been a lot faster by machines.
And with that, it's ready once the dough takes form. Take the dough we just made and press into the ceramic molds. Line up the molds and place them in the kiln.
Somehow, it feels like we're making bread instead of beer.
They're
Somehow it
making
smells
bread.
delicious.
No, they're making beer manually.
That's called Bapir. It's only used for brewing, so it won't taste good at all if you eat it. Looks like it'll be ready soon. We're going to remove it from the kiln once it's half-baked.
Eh? It's fine if it's only half done?
It appears doing it that way makes the beer taste good.
Eh?
In its half-baked state, it would be possible to make the beer with the yeast malt still alive.
Huh?
I believe it's because if the Bapir is baked all the way, the yeast malt will completely die. So by leaving it half-baked, the yeast can work better on the mashed starch, thus making it easier for alcohol fermentation to take place, since the enzymes involved in saccharification will be able to function more effectively.
Makes sense! Amazing what's going on.
The town brewery doesn't have much raw material
don't
stored up,
understand that
so
either.
over there, you'd tear the baked Bapir into pieces and put it in the vases. Then pour hot water into the vases to dissolve the Bapir, and let it sit for a few days to complete it. But since we have a large amount of the raw materials stocked in the palace, we will let it ferment in this cistern.
It's huge!
Ah, it's
Let's do
huge.
our best once again. First, pour hot water into the cistern. Next, tear the Bapir from before into pieces and add it into the cistern. Add herbs and honey for scent and flavor. On top of that, add wine to promote fermentation and stir thoroughly. And with that, we finish preparing the beer.
It's a giant
We
vessel
did it!
full of beer.
But you know, brewing beer is a lot different from what I expected.
You are actually a special case this time, Master. Brewing beer is considered a women's job, so men usually don't do this kind of work.
Eh?
Women's job?
Really? Even though it's grueling hard labor?
But I found it pretty surprising when we were pouring wine into the beer. Does Uruk also make its own wine?
No, this wine was imported from the land of Caucasus. Uruk soil has a high salt content, so we can't cultivate grapes here. We won't be doing this today, but even though the finished beer has been well filtered, we will need to remove the barley husks and herbs before we serve it to the king. Since it's only ever loosely strained in town, everyone drinks it from a straw.
Ah! Now that you mention it, I've seen people drinking from them in town. Like this.
So it was beer they were
Oh.
drinking. I can't wait for the finished product.
Yeah, I know we can't drink alcohol yet, but I wonder if we'll be able to understand how the people of Uruk feel if we drink it.
So your preparations are complete, Master of Chaldea.
King Gilgamesh!
You've done a fine job for a mongrel. Leonidas and Ushiwaka's group has just returned from warding off the demonic beasts. I shall reward you for your hard work. A meal has been prepared for you. Come to the hall at once.
Cheers! Oh, they're having
I
some
knew
this
it.
now.
This fruit juice really hits the spot after my muscles have worked their
Is
fill.
that fruit juice?
It even tastes different than
Oh, it's not
usual.
beer?
Well, yeah, because that's beer you're drinking.
It's beer!
Drinking fruit juice, though.
This beer tastes marvelous, and I haven't even done a thing!
I still remember
This mountain crow
what
brings
would
me
be
back.
happening to
I would
Leonidas
often catch it with my
if
brother
he
and carry it
drink
around.
beer.
Just like I still remember, eating it from the breast is better than from the head.
Food always tastes amazing after a hard day's work.
Indeed.
On top of that, eating hot food when you're tuckered out. The warmth seeping into my bones!
This soup has a very mild taste.
Ritsuka and Mas
It's
really
almost like a
enjoy those
stew.
foods.
It's very refreshing.
It's called kanasu. It's a vegetable broth containing lamb, root vegetables, and garlic, after emmer wheat, a type of ancient wheat, and the like are added and
Even though
simmered
it's
into
just
the
a
stew.
comic, I
No
feel
need to
hungry
season
now.
with salt.
Ah! You can bring out the flavor without it?
Amazing.
You may not be able to drink the beer, but perhaps you can have the sakaru.
It looks like naan. but the texture is firm like a bagel.
Indeed. The more you chew, the more its delicious taste is brought out.
This akiru is made with wheat flour, honey, and salt. It's baked in a kiln after adding beer foam.
I see. So it's being fermented like it's bread, using the beer as the yeast.
Even the prototype of fermented bread was developed here. Ancient Mesopotamia truly is a land to be feared.
I agree with that.
Have some marasu if you'd like.
Marasu? Ah, it's got dried fruits and nuts in it. Wait, this smells like...
Yup, it's garlic.
Garlic! I knew it!
You know, it tastes even better if you add honey.
I'm not a fan of sweets, but oddly enough, this matches my tastes.
Also, Anna
Don't
likes
really
them.
like sweets though.
Huh. So beer isn't just for drinking. I get it now! Beer is an essential part of life in this era,
Oh,
right?
that's why beer
Not
is
to
so
that
important
extent,
in this
Mongrel.
era.
With beer, you see, just because the people worship the gods does not mean everything was made by them. It was created by the wisdom and labor of humans who cultivated their grains. Therefore, beer is proof that people are civilized. Brewing the beer and drinking it, consuming what you people call bread, is our pleasure and pride. That is what beer truly means. Such an invention cannot be made by mere beast nor barbarian. Which reminds me, it was only after Enkidu had partaken in beer and Akiru that they finally became more like a human. They had only ever eaten like a barbarian. But when they came down to the village and had beer and Akiru for the very first time, they chugged down 7 vases of the beer because it was so delicious, and finished off an
7
unbelievable
vases
amount
of
of
the beer?
Akiru as well. The serving ladies were so shocked by how much Enkidu ate that they fell over backwards. Though this is nothing more than a tale of long ago.
Yes, indeed! I completely understand how that person must have felt. King
Just
Gilgamesh!
hit Gil.
Uruk's cuisine is divine! Sparta's food cannot compete! I could eat twice as much as they ate. No, I'd eat and drink 3 times as much. That's how delicious this cuisine is.
I love that.
Are you alright?
After all, if I were to speak of typical Spartan food, then...
Which one of you fools let Leonidas drink?
Who knows? This is Leonidas' cup. Perhaps you took the wrong cup again by accident? Well, he would have refused to
He
take
took
any
the wrong
breaks
cup
otherwise
because
had
he
this
thought
not
that
happened.
it was fruit
It's
juice.
the perfect cure for him. Anyhow, here's another round for you, King Gilgamesh. Here, here.
Unbelievable.
That reminds me. I heard my lord prepared the beer today. How was it?
We worked hard to brew it. I'm sure it'll turn out great.
Oh, I look forward to it. I'd love to try some. How soon until it's ready to drink?
Now that I think about it, I don't remember hearing that. Huh. I wonder how long it'll take.
You will be able to drink it once this war comes to an end.
Uh-oh.
It may not be a bad idea to empty the beer you lot prepared today when the dawn of the war's demise arrives. This applies to you as well, people of Chaldea. When that time comes, drink until you drown. Your era's laws may not allow you to drink, but I shall allow it. I am the law here after all. Show me you can survive
Garuda.
until then, even if you have to struggle with all your might.
We'll look forward to it.
If that's the case, shall I perform a dance to pray for our victory? Thanks to the beer, I feel like I can dance even better than usual.
Ushiwakamaru is going to dance.
Lord Ushiwakamaru, please stop. You might cause a disaster if you fall over again.
You've come over
What is
here too,
happening?
Cathpalog? Beer truly is amazing. Just drinking it can bring people to laughter. There will never be a time when you can't laugh with joy during a meal, no matter how dire things may be. I hope that alone never changes, no matter what era we're in. If I'm still around by then, I'd like to try drinking some of that beer too. Oh, barrel of beer, when enough of this noble liquid is poured into your mouth, great joy will fill your heart and your soul.
Okay guys, so that's the end of this video, which is the fan-made comic of Fate Grand Order with the title Foot of Uruk. And now I'm wondering, are those foods really exist in Babylonia a long time ago? But if it truly exists, then this comic is so informative because it shows us how important beer was in that era. But aside from that, I really love the art of this comic, and the storyline was quite amusing too. I'm so glad that I can see Ritsuka and the other people of Uruk are eating together like that. And also, Leonidas accidentally hit Gil because he was drunk. So thanks for the one who shared the link of the video in the comment section. I really appreciate it. And as usual, if you guys have another video that you want me to react to, just put in the comment section. So thank you guys for watching my video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. See you again on my next video, and take care.